Hey everybody, welcome to Auntie Gabby's channel. Today we got Macy and Nasia because we're gonna do what we call a Gab chat. We're gonna talk about the show Moesha. So as you guys know, Netflix is putting all the 90s babies classics on Netflix. Moesha was the first one to be released, and so I watched that show growing up, but now my nieces get to experience that show now and get to see what kids were doing in the 90s and how things have changed, how things are the same. So we're going to talk about it in our Gab chat. Moesha, remember the theme song? Y'all know the theme song?
Yep.
Do y'all like theme songs and shows? Like, the shows y'all watch don't really have theme songs like that, do they?
No, not really.
Nuh-uh.
Not like no classic that you remember. Moesha.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was y'all favorite thing about the show?
Logan, you wanna go first?
Since I watched it, yeah. My favorite thing was that Moesha, she got to experience things that she couldn't do like before she turned 16. So
Like what?
like go places by herself. She finally got to date because her father said she could date when she's 16. And she got to go to college.
Yeah, but she didn't go to college until she ended high school.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your favorite thing about the show?
Like, some was like she was making mistakes, but she got to fix them.
She got to fix them.
Yeah.
That is true. I think that the biggest lesson from Moesha was she was problematic. She did a lot of teenage stuff, but I think the point was she needs to learn her lessons, you know. I see a lot of people talking about how frustrated they are with the way she was. One of the big topics was, though, how Kim in the show, how they treated her. How did y'all feel about that? Kim, her best friend, the one, they would kind of talk about her weight and throw little jokes around in the show. How did y'all feel about that?
It was me.
You said it was what?
Me.
It was me because they was talking about her back. Talking about her from her back.
Yeah, I think that they like really in the show put way too many fat jokes and stuff like that. When really Countess Vaughn, who played Kim, was not. She wasn't even plus size. Like in my opinion,
She was regular size.
yeah, she was regular size. She was just short. She wasn't a tall model-esque figure like Brandy was, who played Moesha. But she was by no means big or whatever, you know, people tried to say about her. Who was your favorite character in the show?
Mine was Niecy, because she be making jokes about everybody. To me, it was a whole friend group. Brandy, Moesha, Kim, and Hakeem.
What about you, Mace?
Brandy.
Why Brandy?
Because it's mainly about her and I got to learn stuff before I even turned that age.
Oh. Who was my favorite character? Goodness. My favorite character was probably Kim, because I think Kim was the funniest and she really played her part well, in my opinion. I mean, I like Brandy's character Moesha, but I think that Kim really like brought the laughs to the show like none of the other characters could. What was one of your favorite episodes?
My favorite one is when they caught Miles sneaking. She says smoking.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
That was my favorite one too.
Why? Why is that y'all's favorite one?
Because it's letting you know that it's not okay. Because first, it's not okay to make accusations, and then the second is like you gotta learn not to smoke because it could really mess you up.
Yeah, I agree with that. What about you? Why did you like it?
Because, like what they just said, the teacher people not to smoke because it could give you lung cancer.
Okay. Well, my favorite episode was her debutante ball episode. The reason why I like that so much because it reminds me of when I was in Cotillion and we did the same thing, had the dresses, learned how to waltz, did the classes. But I really like how that episode ended, you know, where she kind of made her own debutante ball because she had decided to get away from or do something different from the rest of the devs that were in the ball. So I really liked that one. I thought it was like a great coming of age episode where she like, you know, showing that she was growing up into a woman. So I really liked that episode. So what do you think one of the biggest lessons Moesha learned was? Like if you had, I mean, she learned a lot of lessons.
Yes.
But if you had to pick one,
not to sneak.
Not to sneak. So what makes you say that?
Because the last episode, the one right before the show ended, oh my God. The last episode, she decided not to go behind her father's back and move in with Hakeem, so she wanted to talk to him. But after that,
there was no more episodes.
Right, she couldn't even do it because Miles got kidnapped. She passed out. I'm like, oh my God.
Ooh. So this one right here watched all 6 seasons in how many days? Probably like a week, probably less.
Yeah, because I watch it every day.
Yeah, she got through that thing quick. You know, I watched it growing up. I've gotten through most of season 6, so I'm almost done. But yeah, like, so you said not sneaking, which is good because when she was younger, she would sneak out with Q.
Yeah.
And her daddy did not like that. How did y'all feel about her dad? Did you feel like he was a tough dad, a mean dad? Do you feel like he was fair?
Sometimes he was fair, but at the same time, he didn't even let her talk.
What do you mean?
He didn't let her explain. Like when she thought, like when she was at that sleepover with the boys and girls, and she wasn't even upstairs. She was literally on the stairs, sitting down. And then Moesha tried to tell him, but he didn't let her explain.
That's true. She did get in trouble a lot because he just kind of jumped to conclusions. Yeah. He didn't let her talk. What about you?
I feel like he was being fair sometimes, but on the other hand, he was also being a hypocrite sometimes. Because
a hypocrite! Look at you with your big words. Because what? Why do you think he was a hypocrite?
He made some mistakes that he's done before, but like the time when they found out Dory was his son.
Yeah.
And he getting mad at her because she getting engaged, but he was supposed to be in a committed relationship. But
what you know about a committed relationship? Oh, that's cute. But then he, you know, had Dorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The dad character is controversial for me. It's kind of like sometimes I understood because Moesha was low-key bad. So sometimes I understood when she got in trouble or on punishment and stuff. When she had Q in her room, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, fair. That's fair. But sometimes he was just like, he didn't trust her enough to make decisions. So she would do stuff to rebel against that. Or she would do stuff just because he never trusted her.
And she would always listen to her friends
instead of her parents.
Like one day when she, like when Q said, "You scared of your dad," and then she was like, "I'm not scared of him. This and that." I was like, ooh.
I mean, yeah, that was because that was a part of their relation. Her and Q, that was one of the problems in their relationship was her dad.
Yeah.
You know, her dad didn't like him at all.
Like because when he first saw him, he didn't like him.
Yeah. On the topic of that, who was your favorite boyfriend of Moesha's? Of all her boyfriends she had on the show, which one did you think was the best match for her? I got my answer.
I got 2 answers, to be honest.
What's your 2 answers?
Jeremy and Hakeem.
Okay. Why Jeremy?
Because he liked her, but he was too scared to ask her out. And so he kept making jokes about him being a player or whatever. So yeah.
Okay, and then why Hakeem?
Because Hakeem, first of all, they've been best friends since they were little. And then in season 6, he tried his best to do everything he could to get with her.
Oh.
Yeah.
My answer, my favorite or boyfriend that I thought was the best to her was Aaron. And he was only in a couple of episodes, but I think he was the most mature, and he saved her from getting roofied.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. He was my favorite because of that. But I mean, there is this episode that's questionable about Aaron, but I think he was in college. Like, he wasn't a young kid, so it wasn't like like, I don't understand why that was such a huge issue, if you know which episode I'm talking about. But I think he was the nicest to her. And then with Hakeem, I wouldn't choose Hakeem for her because they were friends for so long. And I feel like they loved each other because they were familiar with each other. And when you know somebody for so long, it's just kind of like...
It's weird.
It's weird. Their relationship was awkward to me. And it was just like, oh, we're used to seeing them as friends. And so it's like, what really changed that? And, she kind of went back and forth between Hakeem and Q, which I didn't like.
Q proposed to her. I didn't see that coming.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
I thought when she ran out to New York, I thought she was just there for the tour. But then, all you saw was a ring. I said, dang. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God.
What about you? Who did you think was her best boyfriend?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
So you're not going to pick nobody?
No. I don't know.
What was your favorite singing group that you saw on the show? So throughout the show, there's a ton of different groups and singers that they put in different episodes that would perform and stuff. So y'all probably don't know the groups because they're not from y'all era.
I know Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. So maybe y'all do know. I'm assuming that my
Mayhem was the craziest. That was a crazy episode.
Oh, Mayhem, yeah, when
God.
When they told him to get off the stage and they beat up Hakeem.
Yeah. My I think SWV, no, not SWV. Escape was on there, and I like that. I liked that part because Escape was hot in the 90s. I mean, they can sing their butts off. So
I mean, we didn't see Brandy perform, but I remember when Moesha met herself in the episode.
Yeah, because they Moesha's character, they distinctly made sure that Moesha's character could not sing, and that was in the episode too.
Oh,
when she was trying to be
in the group. When she was trying to be in what was it, CPQ or
CPQ or something like that.
She was like, oh.
It was so bad. I'm like, I know it's really hard for Brandy to sit here and pretend like she can't sing. But they had Kim's character sang in the show a lot.
Yeah, she was a good singer. I liked her singing.
Yeah, she can really, Countess Vaughn can really sing, and she was super good in her part. Yeah, I really like that. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about the show? Or what show do you think it compares to that y'all watch nowadays? Like, if you had to compare it to one of your favorite shows that's a newer show, not a 90s show.
One of my favorite shows that's newer is Vampire Diaries. It don't compare to that at all.
It's not. That's not the same thing at all. But is it teenagers?
Fuller House.
Fuller House?
Yeah, it's
like... But Full House Fuller House comes from Full House, which was a 90s show.
It got the exact same people.
Yeah. They got a theme song, too, because Full House had a theme song.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but...
Whatever happens to predictability... The milkman, the paper boy, the evening TV.
Everywhere you look. Man, that's some throwback stuff. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be so fun. We're going to keep doing these. Because what else is coming out? They have 101 is going to be on Netflix. That's my favorite show.
They put
Sister.
They put Zookeeper on there. I love that movie.
That had nothing to do with what we were talking about. I'm talking about the 90s shows coming back.
They putting The Game on there.
The Game, which is one of my favorite shows. Girlfriends, which is one of my favorite shows. All of those shows are my favorite shows. I just love TV. But yeah, we'll be back again with another Gab Chat. But for now, we gonna sign off. Mo to the, E to the, Mo to the, E to the.
Up in the morning, a new day is dawning.
It's me.
Now realizing my responsibilities.
It's me.
I can't.
My best friends are always on my mind.
Wanna be down?
Come on. Gotta do what I gotta do.
I gotta move, Moesha. Moesha. Okay, I'm done.
Moesha. Thanks for tuning in with us, and come back here. We'll have another Gab Chat soon, and make sure you subscribe, like,
and comment positive.
And yeah, comment positive
And
things.
hit that notification bell. Boom.
Boom. We'll see you later. Peace.